going to read. I'm going to read one to you because I think you're just going to like the headline and the rest we can kind of get rid of. No, I can't find it. Instead, I'll go with this one. Oh, here it is. Ready?
Yeah.
This is from Florida, man.
Uh-oh.
Port St. Lucie man arrested after allegedly pouring urine on father. I think it's a Catholic hate crime or something like that. I believe it's his own father. 52-year-old Port St. Lucie man is accused of pouring a cup of urine on the head of his disabled father. Oh.
This guy's not making any friends.
To be fair though, that's the first line. In the next sentence, it may be all made clear. Or you'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
That's why I would pour urine on a disabled man. There's a reason for everything.
Stephen Andrew Plank of the 100 block of Southwest Starfish Avenue.
That sounds made up.
I think if it's in Southwest Chocolate Starfish. Was arrested Saturday afternoon and charged with felony battery and felony battery on a person of at least 65 years old. There's a different law altogether if you pick up an old person trying. Good to know.
Good to know.
Plank came into the kitchen and yelled at his father for using the stove to cook potatoes in a pot of water. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the way you're supposed to use this stuff?
You want to try potatoes.
This dude's fucking son is bizarro and shit. And he was just like, no cooked potatoes on the stove.
Raw potatoes!
Cooked potatoes in Heine. Plank grabbed his father's urinal cup that was attached to his walker. Wow, what is... I don't know how we're going to make this funny. I should have read further than that headline. He grabbed his father's urinal cup attached to his walker and poured it over his father's head after he saw the fucking, potatoes being cooked.
Potatoes.
Yeah, fucking outrageous. Plank also dumped the pot of potatoes and water on his father. The report said he remains in jail for $7,500. Scott, is it ever appropriate to tell your dad, hey man, you should carry around a urinal on your walker?
Is that inappropriate?
Yeah, like my father, when I was growing up, my father was like diabetic and shit. You always had to measure the sugar content.
Yeah.
Always tested their urine. Diabetics were constantly playing with their urine. They're like scat freaks.
Yeah.
They always have to deal with it. All my whole life, my father was always dealing with his urine. And then when you're a kid, you're very fucking inquisitive and shit. Because you're like, what's that? Can I have diabetes too, Dad? I should get to play with pee.
Can we put a stick in it and make a popsicle?
But my old man would do that. He would have a urinal that would kind of give you in a bath. Some people know what it is. You say urinal, they'll call that thing in the wall. It looks like this. It's essentially a little bigger than this. It actually kind of looks like a flashlight. And it has a handle, which is wider. It's for a really fucking thick cock. And basically, he'd be sitting there watching TV and shit like that, and then he'd be like, oh, I'd reach over, grab his fucking thing, and take a leak in the urinal.
Yeah.
And sit it next to the fucking chair. Whole life, my father was doing that. Never thought it was abnormal. Never did it myself because he had a urinal. I didn't have my own, but I couldn't wait to grow up and get my own urinal. Because it just seemed so great. It was just like, you mean you never have to leave the television?
What do you think would happen if you went to the doctor and you're like, I don't have it, but I'd like one of the urinals?
You'd be like, I'm sure. What for? Because they give him out of the hospital. I'd be like, because I'm really lazy. I'd love to emulate my father. I think you get it right readily. I don't think they're that strange. Yeah, they're not like, what are you going to do with that? I'm like, what do you think?
I'm going to pee it.
No, dump it on my father's head.
For making potatoes the right way.